What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight8610, and today of course we're going to be talking about the brand new Vullet Archetype that's going to be in Circuit Break. Circuit Break is the next set that's coming out to Japan, of course, after the Duelist, and we'll probably get that set, I think, it'll be this year at least, but I think it might end up being around November, something like that. But yeah, anyway, I think it's coming out to Japan in July. I think they actually have the release date for that. We don't have our official one, but it should be later on this year, because it's after Code the Duelist, obviously. So anyway, in this set, we've learned about a couple of new archetypes that have been revealed. For this video, though, I'm going to be talking about the Vullet Archetype and some of the cards that are supposed to go along with them, because they even included a deck list and stuff too. And the Vullet Archetype is actually pretty interesting. They are basically dragons made out of guns, so it's like dragons, guns, you know, put together, and obviously based off of Link summoning too. What they do is that the effect monsters, when they're targeted by a Link monster's effect, they blow themselves up, and then also they give you a different effect from it, whether it be destroy a monster on the field, destroy a spell or trap card, that kind of stuff, and then they revive another one of the Vullet monsters. So it's a pretty interesting effect, and you know what they're all based off of and everything, and they even revealed a deck list and some other cards that go along with them, so we'll be showing you guys that and everything too in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, there's a lot of cards to talk about, so I'm going to kind of summarize these cards too, basically. So the first one we have is Vullet Dragon. It's a dark dragon, level 4, 1,800 attack, 1,200 defense. They all basically have the same structure with their effects, so I'm going to read off this one's complete effect, and then we'll summarize the rest. So, when a Link monster's effect that targets this card on the field is activated, you can destroy this card, then send one monster on the field to the graveyard. And the second part of the effect is that during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed by battle or card effect and sent there this turn, you can special summon one Vullet monster from your deck, except a Vullet Dragon. So, like I said, you know, Link monster effect targets them, they blow themselves up, you gain a different effect. So for this one, in its case, you destroy a monster on the field, so get rid of a problematic monster. And then they all have the second effect, where basically, when they are sent to the graveyard during that turn, you are able to replace them and bring out a different Vullet monster, except for, obviously, themselves. They can't, like, you know, keep reviving another Vullet over and over. So, really interesting effect on that. I mean, this is mainly the destroying monster one, so yeah, I mean, like I said, there's one that destroys spells and traps, and so on and so forth. So, I like their effects. I think they're going to be pretty interesting, and it's kind of like Ignites, really. Anyone else kind of getting that vibe from them? I know Ignites were knights that had guns, and it's kind of the same idea, so something about Konami and self-destructing guns or something, right? But it is a really interesting effect, and looks like it's going to be pretty fun. I can't wait to see all the different searching and stuff they're going to be able to do. We also have Auto Vullet Dragon. Again, this one is a little bit different because it's Dark Dragon, level 3, 1,600 attack, and 1,000 defense. It has the same exact effect, except in this one's case, it destroys a spell or trap card on the field, or sends a spell or trap card on the field to the graveyard. So instead of just get rid of a monster. And of course, last part's effect is the exact same, except for obviously it can't revive or bring out another version of itself. So it has to be a different Vullet monster. So with this, you have more of your spell trap card destruction. Not much else really to say other than that. I mean, that's what it's going to help out doing, and obviously is going to be very useful to you. You have one that can destroy monsters, one that can get rid of spells and traps. And then the last one of the effect monsters is Vullet Dragon, I think is how you say that. I hope I'm close enough. Anyway, again, Dark Dragon, level 1 this time, 0 attack, and 2,200 defense on this one, so a little bit different on the stats. But anyway, with this one, whenever a Link monster's effect targets it, you can destroy this card, then target one monster in the field, and that monster cannot attack. Also, its effects are negated. And then again, last part of the effect is the exact same, except for can't bring out another one of himself. So with this one, I like how it's a little bit different, just because it's just a way for you to negate an effect and keep that monster from attacking and everything. So that's a pretty good effect. I think that's definitely going to come in handy if you have any kind of problematic monster on the side of the field. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of like an effect veiler sort of card, really. So looking forward to trying it out. Actually, it reminds me of Fiendish Chain, I guess, is really the card I'm looking for. But anyway, it looks like a fun one to try out. In a lot of circumstances, you're going to want to just be able to basically freeze up one of your opponent's monsters, negate their effects, make it so they can't attack, make it kind of useless for them, hopefully. But I'm hoping we're going to see a little bit more variety with them too, because all three effects are pretty good. And now for the Link monster. The Link monster is actually terrifying. I mean, it is different from the others, obviously, too, so I'm going to read off its full effect. It is Verrel Load Dragon. It is a Link 4 Dark Dragon type Link monster with a 3,000 attack, and then, of course, like I said, Link 4 at the end, because they don't have defense, obviously. Anyway, its links are at the left, right, bottom left, and bottom right, as you guys can see from the picture, and requires 3 effect monsters to be linked to it. Anyway, what's its effect? This card cannot be targeted by monster effects. Once per turn, it's a quick effect. You can target one face-up monster on the field. That monster loses 500 attack and defense. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. And then the last part of its effect is, at the start of the damage step, when this card attacks an opponent's monster, you can activate this effect. Gain control of that opponent's monster, placing it at one of this card's link points, but that monster is sent to the graveyard during the next turn's end phase. So yeah, first off, of course, can't be targeted by monster effects. That's good. The second part is just a way you can target monsters and make them lose attack and defense. It's not too great on that, just making them a little bit weaker, but think about that. It's not really meant for your opponent's cards, is it? It's meant for your own, really, on that. Use that on your different Vullet monsters, make them a little bit weaker, who cares? They self-destruct, and then also you are gaining their effects from it, whether it be destroy a monster on the field, destroy a spell or trap card, or, you know, target an effect monster and make it kind of useless, you know, get rid of its effect and everything. So that's a way you can activate the other Vullet Dragons. And then, like I said, that last effect, I mean, it really is. It's Brain Control, Snatch Steal, whatever you want to call it. It's the same idea, taking control of one of your opponent's monsters and just using it against them. If it's a powerful monster, you just gained a really powerful monster on your side of the field. And yeah, it gets destroyed after a while, but we all remember from Snatch Steal how it's not really meant to stay permanently yours anyway. It was meant to take your opponent's monster, who cares, you give life points back in that one's case. You would attack and usually win the duel, just outright. So that's going to be the same strategy with this one. Even if not, I mean, you're going to do a ton of damage to them, and then they're not gaining anything from it. They just get sent to the graveyard. So it's actually even better than Snatch Steal on that. So this is an insane new card for them, and I guess it's technically generic too. So you could use this with other archetypes as well, feeling that it's going to be kind of the scariest of the Link monsters that we have so far. Although, it's kind of tough to say that yet. I mean, there's so many different Link monsters that get revealed. And of course, too, like I said, there was the deck list revealed. We'll get to that here in a second, but they're going through different cards in it, so it's saying that different cards are going to be used with the Vullet decks. So we have like Dragonic Diagram, Dark Hole. Another one of the new cards revealed is Quick Revolve. It's a quick play spell card, and it allows you to special summon a Vullet monster from your deck. It can't attack, but destroy during the end phase. So another way to bring out Vullet monsters and destroy them. So that's all that does. Obviously, that's going to come in handy for you. And let's see, this one I get, yeah, this is another Vullet card, and that is Squib Draw, I guess is how you say it? Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyway, it's a quick play spell, and its effect is you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn, target one Vullet monster you control, destroy it, and if you do, draw 2 cards. So, yeah, they just gained a draw engine. That's actually kind of terrifying now that I really look at that. Then, of course, they're talking about, you know, return to the front lines, Red Eyes Darkness Metal, obviously, dragons, so, yeah, that's a no-brainer. Another card, this is another new one that evidently is going to work well with him. He kind of looks like a mini Odd Eyes to me, but anyway, he is a Sniffling Dragon, and he's Dark Dragon, level 2, 800 attack, 400 defense. You can only activate, you can only use this card's name effect once per turn, and that effect is when this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Sniffling Dragon from your deck to your hand. So, he can search for more of himself. Pretty cool. I mean, not bad on that. I can see it actually working out with some other decks too. We have Gateway Dragon. This is another new card. It's supposed to work well with them. Again, Dark Dragon, level 4, 1,600 attack, 1,400 defense. And of course, let's see, its effect is you can only special summon one card with this card's name per turn in the way it's written in the first effect. And that first effect is if your opponent controls a Link monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And the second effect is once per turn, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Dark Dragon type monster from your hand. Again, it's an easy one to bring out if your opponent has a Link monster. Obviously, in most cases with a new format, that's going to happen, so that shouldn't be a problem for you. And you have a monster that can essentially special summon more Dark Dragon monsters for you, just infinitely. I guess it's not truly infinite because it's once per turn, but if you keep it on the field and protect it, there you go. I mean, you have a monster that can keep special summoning level 4 or lower Dark Dragon type monsters. Really interesting card, and that's going to be a troublesome card to deal with. They also revealed some other Link monsters. They're not really themed with the archetype, but they're part of like the deck list they gave us, and also the new cards, so I'm going to talk about them anyway. So the first one we have, and I don't know how you say this card's name, it is Akashic Magician? I'm gonna go with that. Anyway, it's a Dark Spellcaster Link monster, obviously. Link of 2, 1,700 attack, and then it requires 2 non-token monsters with the same type. So that's kind of, you know, interesting. It's actually going with that, and top and bottom for the link points too. Anyway, you can only link summon Akashic Magician once per turn. If this card is Link Summon, return all monsters at this card's link points to the hand. Once per turn, you can declare one card name and excavate cards from top of your deck equal to the link arrow total of those monsters at this card's link points that are mutual link with it. If the declared card is among those, add it to your hand, send all other excavated cards to the graveyard. Yeah, that's kind of complicated, I know. So first off, link summon it, return all monsters and link points to the hand. That's pretty good, obviously, on that. The second effect is actually kind of confusing. I mean, in a way, I guess it's kind of a searcher for you, because you're able to declare a card name and then excavate cards for it. The cards that aren't yet, of course, go to the graveyard. So if you're not successful at all, they just all go to the graveyard. And I guess you only have a couple of chances for it, too, because it depends on the link points. So that's pretty interesting and also very confusing on it too. So that is going to be a very useful link monster to be used in a lot of different decks out there. And can't wait to try it out. Like I said, that's that effect, just reading that was kind of tough. And then, of course, the last card we're going to talk about in this video, and that is Twin Triangle Dragon. It is a Dark Dragon Link monster with a link of 2, 1,200 attack. Link points are at the right and at the bottom, as you guys can see from the image, or hopefully you can. I know the image is kind of small. And it is also kind of, it's not generic, you know, it requires 2 non-token level 4 or lower Dragon-type monsters. Anyway, its effect is when this card is link summoned, you can pay 500 life points, then target 1 level 5 or higher monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your field at this card's link point, and if you do, its effects are negated, if any. Also, it cannot attack this turn. So it's a revival card. It's kind of like a Monster Reborn sort of effect. Of course, there's some downside to it, and you're also paying some life points. But yeah, you're still gaining a monster from it, and you can use it. So yeah, it might not be able to attack that turn and everything, but who cares? I mean, it can give you an instant monster, which you can use for other summonings or whatever you're planning on doing. So it's another one I want to try out, and again, a revival card? That's pretty scary if you think about it. And of course too, here's the deck list. I'm not going to read it all off, of course, everything is going to be in the description anyway. You guys can see it for yourself, but it's basically True Kings, and of course Kaiju, they kind of go together I guess these days, and Dragons all together with these Vullet monsters. So it looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. I like the list that they actually give us on this. I'm actually going to try it out myself when I get the chance. And it looks like fun. I mean, it kind of looks like a new version that we're going to see of True Kings, to be very honest with these. So tell me what you guys think about them. Do you like these new cards? Do you not like them so much? For me, I feel like these are going to be meta. Like, I honestly feel like these are going to be kind of the new True Kings for this set, at least. And, of course, that means for us in the TCG, I have a feeling they're going to be kind of pricey. But only time will tell. But I do feel like I can tell you guys right now that Verrel Load Dragon, that's going to be secret rare. That's going to be a money card. I feel like I can almost say that without a doubt, but of course, nothing's been confirmed. So yeah, tell me what you guys think about these cards. Do you like them, not like them so much? For me, again, maybe it's because I'm Texan, I like them. I mean, they're Guns and Dragons. There you go. I guess I'm feeding into the stereotype. They look like a lot of fun though, and I can't wait to test them out. So let me know what you guys think about them. Of course, like this video if you enjoyed it. It helps out a ton. Sorry for the longer video, but there's a lot of cards to talk about, so I hope you guys enjoyed it either way. And of course, subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! News videos and openings and different things too, and I will catch you guys later. See ya.